If you live with chronic neck pain, your neck probably takes up a lot of mental space. Monitoring your pain, wondering whether it's better or worse than yesterday, Googling, trying to figure out how to fix it. That's certainly what I did when I had neck pain. But the problem is that the very thing that you're doing to try and stop the pain is often the thing that actually keeps the pain going. Escaping this trap helped me and many of my clients break the cycle of chronic neck pain. In this video, I'll show you the thought patterns that keep you stuck, how to recognize them, and what to do instead to break the cycle of chronic neck pain. Hi, I'm Ellen. I'm a chronic pain counselor with a background in physical therapy, and I had chronic neck pain for 20 years. Everything I talk about in this video applies to many forms of chronic pain and chronic illness. This approach even helped me heal my full body chronic eczema, as well as my chronic neck pain. But today we're going to look at it through the lens of neck pain because a lot of people with neck pain feel really lost and need some answers. All the suggestions in this video are only applicable when serious structural causes have been ruled out by a medical professional. If you're experiencing any new, worsening, or alarming symptoms, please consult your doctor. When it comes to pain, we're taught to think of it as a problem to solve. It feels good to have some sense of control, especially when pain makes us feel so out of control. If something hurts, we try to understand it, we monitor it, and we try and fix it. That feels logical. In fact, this problem-solving instinct has helped us survive as a species, which is why it doesn't feel like a trap. Our brain's job is to help us stay safe. When there's danger, the brain wants more information. Is it still there? Is it worse? What's causing it? So it urges us to monitor, to check, to think, to problem solve. But the important thing here to understand is pain is produced by the brain. This doesn't mean that the pain isn't real. It's extremely real. But the brain decides when pain is necessary as a protective response based on the information that it has, including not just the feedback that it gets from our body, but also our thoughts and our stress levels. And this is exactly what we want when there is a real threat. If I'm injured or sick or genuinely in danger, I want my brain to create pain and to be focused and alert and problem-oriented. The trap kicks in when this same survival system stays switched on even when there isn't an ongoing threat. With chronic neck pain, there often isn't an active injury or damage. There may have been in the past, but once the pain is chronic, it's very, very rarely due to a structural cause. I go into this in far more depth in this video, so if you want to check that out after this video, links in the description. The brain doesn't decide what's dangerous based on scans or tests. Like I said, it decides whether or not to create pain based on the information that it has, including how worried are we about the pain? How much attention is it getting? What thoughts and beliefs do we have about the pain? What past experiences have we had with this pain? So if we have pain and we're constantly monitoring it, worrying about it, trying to understand it, trying to fix it, the brain reads that as this must be a threat. This must mean danger. And it keeps the pain switched on. So how can we easily identify when we're accidentally keeping ourselves in this heightened protective state? Dr. Howard Schubiner calls this trap the 6 Fs. They are fear, being afraid of the pain, either the pain that you feel right now or pain that you may feel in the future. This can also look like fear of movement or fear of causing pain. Focus, constantly paying attention to the sensations, symptoms, and feelings. Mentally scanning the neck, checking it, obsessing over it. Frustration, getting upset, angry, discouraged, or desperate about our pain. Fighting, trying to force the pain away. Think cracking, stretching, pulling, even mentally fighting it, trying to make it go away with sheer force of will. Fixing, obsessively searching for a solution, a new treatment, a different exercise, a different doctor, more scans, gadgets that we find on the internet, always searching for the next thing. And forlorn, falling into hopelessness, helplessness, or despair. The 6 Fs give you a simple label for the moment that you realize, ugh, I'm in that mode again. When you're stuck in any of the 6 Fs, you're kind of effing yourself. I thought that was so funny when I wrote it. I was like, oh my God, I'm a genius. I'm sorry, I had to. Breaking the momentum of the 6 Fs is easiest when you catch it early. If you notice that you're slipping into fear or frustration and you catch it in the first few seconds, Sometimes all it takes is a breath and a moment to disengage. But the longer these thoughts have to build momentum, the harder it can be to slow them down. It's a bit like trying to stop a car rolling downhill. It's much easier to stop it at the top of the hill rather than the bottom. So what if you don't catch it early? What if you only notice once it's already flying down the hill at 100 kilometers an hour? This is not the moment to try and stop the thought. You can try, give it a go, but you'll probably notice that the thought has a lot of horsepower behind it. If that's the case, the goal isn't to stop it or change it. Just don't let it be an instruction. Let it be noise. Like a toddler having a tantrum. Sometimes the best move is just to step back and let it tucker itself out. Basically, stop believing it. No arguing, no convincing, just disengage. You might say things like, "There it goes again, that's F number 2," or even, "Thanks, brain, I know you're trying to protect me." Because it is. That's what the brain is trying to do with these 6 Fs. There's no need to be upset with yourself. It's just about being aware of it and not feeding into it. As you get more familiar with this, you may even be able to say things like, "My neck is fine, I'm safe, all is well. These thoughts are just thoughts, and this will pass." This is not suppression, it's not neglect. This is about practicing steadiness. It's teaching your brain that there is no threat here. And over time, this is how those thoughts lose their power and stop repeatedly pushing the nervous system back into high alert and pain production. This isn't glamorous work. It's repetitive, it's boring, it can be very tedious, and it's not an overnight cure. But it is a very important step on the path to releasing chronic pain. And by the way, if you're listening to this and thinking, "Oh yeah, I definitely get stuck in the 6 Fs," I've created a free short email series called Finding Your Feet to support you as you practice this work. It helps you catch these patterns in real time, stay steady on difficult days, and hopefully help you avoid some of the mistakes that I made when I was stuck in chronic pain and illness. And it's designed for exactly this stage, when you're learning to step out of fear, focus, and fixing. Link is in the description. If you hear all of this and think, "What if there really is something wrong with my neck?" That's completely okay. It just means that you might not be ready for this step yet. If that's the case, I would recommend going back to the first video in this series where we talk about how to rule in neuroplastic pain and how to rule out structural causes. And no matter what answer you get from that video, whether it be a nervous system issue or a structural issue, both are good because you're at least moving in the right direction. The 6 Fs framework is a powerful way to identify thoughts that are effing us. Yeah, I did it again. But they aren't the whole story. In fact, they aren't even the beginning of the story. You might have been thinking while you're watching this, if I didn't have pain to start with, I wouldn't be thinking these thoughts in the first place. So where did the pain come from? And that is exactly what we're going to explore in the next video. So you'd better subscribe so you don't miss it. I'm kidding, you don't have to subscribe. Because understanding how pain started is what helps you find your way out of pain and makes sure that you don't end up stuck in the same pain cycle again. So I will see you in the next video.